Welcome KK Java Tutorials. In previous video tutorial, we learned about symbolic permission, right? Related to files and directory in Linux, right? In this video tutorial, I'll show you how to achieve the same using numerical or octal format, right? So when you try to basically alter permissions on file or directory in Linux, then a couple of ways we can do. So one way already we have seen, that is the symbolic approach, and in this video we'll see how we can achieve the same using numeric approach, right? So here I have opened my terminal. I am going to move to my desktop, and in desktop I have one directory and two files. If I do ls minus l, then this will give me the details of this directory as well as files. So I have one directory. So here you can, whenever first this chunk of characters basically represents the type of file and permissions, as you know, right? Second is the symbolic link, and third is the user name, and this is the group name, and this is the size of the files or directory, and this is the file or directory creation or updation time, and this is the file or directory name, right? As you know. Now first character represents whether your file is this is directory or file. D stands for directory. Test is a directory over here, right? Then here if you find minus symbol in the beginning, then that is a file, right? And that's how it is represented. Now next three character basically represents basically this is the permission on this directory for this user, right? Whoever is logged in. So R stands for read, then write, then execute, right? So user has read, write, and execute permission in this directory. Next three characters represent the basically permission for the group, right? So read and write permission has to the group, but does not have execute permission. Similarly, last three characters represents the read, write, and read, write permission to the other user, right? But does not have execute permission, right? That's how this permissions is represented, right? But in previous video tutorial we have learned these permissions can be changed using symbolic notation, right? In this video tutorial we'll see how we can change this permission using a numeric, right? In octadecimal, right? So you know in octa basically decimal number system, there are basically 8 characters, right? Starting from 0, 1, 2 till 7. There are 8 numbers are there, right? So when we talk about the read, right, R stands for read. Read means 2 raised to 2 means 4. Number 4 is represented number 4 represent read. Similarly 2 raised to 1, that's 2 raised to 1 means 2 means 2 represents the write permission, and similarly 2 raised to 0 means 1, that is represented by the execute permission. So just keep in mind 2 raised to 2 means read permission, 2 raised to 1 means write permission, and 2 raised to 0 means execute permission, right? I'm going to open this table and easily you can understood, right? So what I said, 2 raised to 2 means read permission, right? Number 4 represents the read permission, right? 2 raised to 1 means write permission, that is 2, and 2 raised to 0, that is 1, that is execute permission, right? 0 means no permissions, right? So all these three places, instead of in place of a r or r w x, you get the minus minus minus, then there is no permissions, right? When you talk about the execute permissions, so if you look in this sequence, first read, write, then execute. Then if you have only execute permission and you do not have read and write, these first two bit will be dash, right? And X represents execute permission. Similarly, if you have a write permission, then first read, dash means no permissions, no read permission, W means only write permission, and dash means no execute permission. Similarly, if you give the number 3 means 2 plus 1, right? Means you have write and execute permissions, right? And that's what 1 means execute and 2 means write, and if you add 1 plus 2, this gives 3, right? Similarly, if you represent a number 5, that means 4 plus 1, you have a read as well as execute permission, that can be represented by like this. If you take the number 6 and this is in octal permission representation, means this is in octal number system, right? And if you have a 6 means 4 plus 2, 4 represents the read and 2 represents the write, means if you give the number as 6, that means you are just assigning read and write permission. If you assign 7 to any user or group or other user, then that will have all kind of permission, 4 for read, 2 for write, and 1 for execute. So 4 plus 2 plus 6 means 7, right? This will be represented by RWX, means read, write, and execute permission, right? So again I am going to use chmod, right? So here let me so here this is a directory, right? So let's do R&D on this directory, right? So I'm going to show you this permission, how we can change for this directory. Same applies for the file as well, right? So here I'll do ls minus ld. L means long listing, D means directory, and I will give the directory name as this, so that this will show the current permissions. Of course you can see over here as well same. Now here I'm going to use chmod, right? Sorry, chmod. That basically command we use to give the basically we use to add, remove, or assign the permission for the given directory or file in the Linux operating system. So I write chmod. And now what I'm going to do, let's say I'm going to assign 755. That means first number represents, this is the basically permission I would like to assign to the user. User means 7 means read, write, execute all permission, which is already have this user right now. Now second 5 means, here you can see if, read and execute permission. So read and execute permission I would like to give to the basically group. Currently group has a read and write, and same I will assign to the other users, read and execute, but I would like to revoke the write permission, right? And after specifying this number, you have to give the either file name or directory name. So here I'm going to, as I'm already at desktop and this file is presented at desktop, so I'm giving this directory name. If I press enter and if I do lsld, then here you can see now a user is having read, write, execute permission, but group is having read and execute permission, as well as other user is having read and execute permission, right? So in this numeric fashion, you can change the permission of the given file or directory, right? Now similarly we can move ahead, and what we can do, let's say I'm going to, let's say here you can assign like here I'm going to assign let's say 743. Let's say 743. If you look into this table, right, so 7 represents all kind of basically permissions. So I would like to assign the all kind of permissions to the user again. 4 represents, if you look into the 4, only read permissions, right? 4 means read permission. If you look into, so this will give the read permission to the group, and 3 means you have execute as well as write permission, that I would like to give to the other user. If I press enter and if you do lsld, then here you can see, if you could see, user has read, write, execute permission, but group has only read permission, right? But other user has write and execute permission, right? In that way you can basically either basically add a permission or change a permission, or you can remove some permissions, right, using the number notifications, right? So rest of the things already I have explained in the video tutorial. If you revoke the if you remove the write permission or read permission or execute permission, then what will happen, what will be the consequences with the file as well as directory. So if you did not watch my previous video tutorial, then I request you to go and watch. In this video tutorial, just I wanted to highlight how we can change the permission for the given file or directory using numeric, right, way. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Big thank you for watching this video, and see you there in the next tutorial.